This is Euclid Book 2, proposition number 14, and I normally don't go this extensive with a proof, but I wanted you to visualize what I'm doing here, and so I'm going to draw some of this out for you. First of all, Euclid has you draw a rectilineal figure. Well, this is a rectilineal figure. It's not exactly a parallelogram. It's not a rectangle. It's not a square. It's just a rectilineal figure. And a rectilineal figure basically is a figure like this that has four sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now what he wants you to do is he wants you to duplicate this as a parallelogram over here. Now how are you going to do that? Well, you have to go back to Euclid Book 1, proposition number 45. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, hopefully you'll remember this. Ta-da-da-da-da-da! Now, instead of a rectilineal figure, we have two triangles. Okay? Triangle number 1 here, triangle number 2 here. Alright, now, we're going to duplicate this triangle over here with a pencil, and it's going to be duplicated way over here. I know it's kind of hard to see. We're going to move this over a little bit. Alright, now, we're going to kind of cheat a little bit. Euclid wouldn't want you to cheat, but, you know, Euclid's dead, so who cares? Anyway, I basically don't want to waste a lot of video time doing this the Euclidean way. But basically, you're supposed to take your compass, and by using Euclid Book 1, propositions 22 and 23, you're supposed to duplicate this triangle using a bunch of circles. But man, you put a whole bunch of circles on this little thing, and you're going to have quite a mess. But if you want to do it the proper Euclid way, you go right ahead. I encourage you to try, because let me tell you something, the more you do it the Euclidean way, the better off you are. It is a little more accurate, so. But, anyway, we're going to start here. This line here is 1 inch long. This line here is about... I might just do this the Euclidean way. Alright. Well, I think the inch long one, I think I'll draw it straight out because this compass isn't that great. Let's get this line here. The middle line is going to be... Well, let's see here. Okay. Oops. Are you beginning to see why I don't want to use up a whole bunch of videotape just to do this? And you do this kind of construction, whew, it could take a while. Anyway, oops. Hang on just 1 second, people. Alright, now we're going to draw this little line like this. And the reason why we're going to use pencils is because we're going to erase a whole bunch of lines. And I didn't want to put a whole bunch of lines in ink, because ink doesn't erase as well as pencil does. So anyway, hang on just a second, folks. Okay. As you can probably see, we're drawing these little lines. This may not be 100% accurate because so we're going to put a point right there. I'm going to put a point right here. I'll just do it this way. Since I'm not dealing with a 100% accurate compass, when you're not dealing with a 100% accurate compass, you can end up with less than 100% results. But I'm going to try to get this as accurate as we can. Okay, and we got this one right here. And we extend it out. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to meet this line right to here. Okay, we're going to meet this line out to here. And hopefully you can see here that this triangle right here is exactly the same size, or should be exactly the same size as this one way over here. Okay? Now then, what we're going to do is we're going to bisect this triangle. Say about, let's see, if we're going to bisect the triangle, we're going to have a length of about 2 3/4. Well, okay, half of 2 is 1, and let's see, half of half is 1/4, and that's going to make it 1/4, and 1/4 1/8. So let's see, 1 1/2 and 1/8. So that should be right there. No, I don't look right. Okay, 1/4 and 1/8. So well, here's the 1/4 and 1/8, so it really should be right here. And that should be the bisector. So this line should be 1 1/4 and 1/8, and this line should be 1 1/4 and 1/8. So they are. Okay, so this line now equals this line here. Now, I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and then I will tell you more in a future video. But now you're kind of getting the idea. We're going to use Euclid Book 1 Propositions 42 and 45 to actually draw the first perpendicular square, not square, but rectangle, the first perpendicular rectangle. And then we're going to do it again for this one here and draw the second perpendicular rectangle, and then we can go on with the proof. Stay tuned.